Welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we'll see what you need to focus on for the month of May. Before we start, I'd like to thank people for subscribing and watching my channel, so I'm having a 30% off sale on all my tarot services. You can find more info and all the links down below. So before we start, remember to choose whichever object or card caught your attention first. The timestamps will be down in the description below. So let's get started. Hey Group 1, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Lucky Charm. So let's see what you need to focus on for the month of May. Okay, so the first card you guys got are visions. Psychic images, clairvoyance, seeing out-of-body travel. And the second one is respect your physical body. Detox, rejuvenate, and relax. It feels like the month of May is calling you guys to possibly start developing or enhancing or even fine-tuning some very natural abilities that you may have. And the first part that you need to focus on is inner health. I kind of feel like even though this image here shows a cabin, right? I feel like this cabin represents your physical body. So imagine now if inside this beautiful cabin in the middle of all these woods and forest, you put all your junk inside and the things that you're hoarding and things that really you don't want, and you just keep putting things in there and you can barely move inside. And then once time comes to, let's say, go on a retreat, you're stuck with this place that you don't feel great in, that you can't move in, that you can't relax in, that you can't feel at ease in. So that kind of represents your body when you're adding things to it that isn't natural, right? All these chemicals, even makeup and lotions and things like that, all these chemicals that are in there actually get absorbed inside of your pores and end up in your organs, right? So there's obviously more natural ways, right? You don't need actual creams, but you can actually get like pure oils, like argan oil or coconut oil, pure oils that you can use as body lotion, as makeup remover, as hair masks, things like that. So you don't need chemicals to do these things. And of course, once you stop adding these chemicals to your body, now I know that most of you, or some of you, may still want to use makeup. There are other alternatives than the things you see in stores. There are a few companies, more than a few actually, that actually that supply natural ingredients in their makeup. So Google them. There should be some in almost any country. If I can find natural makeup in my third world country, then first world country obviously has to have them. If it isn't good for you, if you can't even pronounce ingredients, don't put it on or in your body. Okay, so those are things I mentioned that go on. But when it comes to food, of course, check that there isn't any GMO, right? That the food you're eating isn't modified. So check labels and try to, whatever you enjoy eating or like putting on your body or on your hair, find alternatives, healthy alternatives. If you have the internet, and you should have it considering you're watching this, you can Google these things and see other alternatives that you can get instead of the toxic things you have been getting recently or for so long. Don't be loyal to brands or products just because you've been using them for so long. Because it's possible that they are damaging your health, and because of this, you aren't able to enhance natural abilities that you may have. Visions can either come in your wake state or your dream state. So remember to focus also on your dreams, especially since we have the moon in the background here. It's possible that some of you are dreaming or do have dreams that are telling you things. And for those of you who can't remember their dreams, it's possible that you aren't looking after yourself as you should be. Okay, so eating right, what's natural for you, because just because there are so many options out there, and I'm not saying that you have to be vegan, but there are foods that work against you depending on your blood type, on your physical makeup, on your genetics, so if after you're eating something, see how you feel. If you aren't getting a boost of energy but actually feel tired and lazy, stop eating that or eat less of it throughout the month. Okay, maybe once a month. And you obviously have to have more physical activity, because if you're always just sitting or lying down or being a couch potato, your blood isn't circulating the way it should. And after years go by and you get older, your body, especially your feet and your hands, are going to be a lot more colder because you don't have that blood circulating as it should. So get more active and find an activity that you actually do enjoy. It doesn't have to be hitting the gym. It could be running, swimming, dancing, just anything that makes you sweat, makes your heart pump, and makes your blood like course. Okay, so let's see what else you got. So you got two cards, the sun and the cave, which is interesting. One is bright, the other is dark. Warm and vibrant, hidden and unknown. Okay, I think this here is representing the fact that you guys do have a lot of inner abilities and talents, like a lot of potential for something, but you're in the hidden and unknown aspect of it because you aren't treating yourself well. Even if you're treating others well and you're going out of your way for other people, it's like you're putting yourself last. Or maybe you feel you're not, worth it, or you're too lazy to start something. But think about where you want to be in the long run, and try to encourage yourself that you can get there if you actually make that change, right? By spending all this time doing nothing and just sitting around and feeling, procrastinating and feeling lazy or anything like that, all you're doing is prolonging this, and you're just continuously going to feel more miserable within yourself. So what's the alternative, right? You don't want to be stuck in this monotone sort of life, or this, binge eating junk food, or always feeling so heavy inside your own body, despite whatever your weight is. Even skinny people can feel heavy in their bodies if all they're doing is eating crappy food. So what you guys are being asked is, in order to find this warmth and vibrance and feeling of light and being able to, breathe easier and everything, you need to get out of this cave, right? Your body is in shadows right now, and it wants to be out in this beautiful forest feeling like it's a sanctuary, right? Imagine your body right now. Imagine it this divine sanctuary, right? Temple. Imagine a temple, whether it's a temple in Asia or a Mayan or Aztec temple or an Egyptian temple, whatever it is, okay? You choose the most beautiful temple and imagine that temple being your own body, your own flesh. Everything inside it represents what you put inside it, right? So do you want this temple, this sanctuary, to be full of vibrancy and divine energy? Or do you want it to be lackey, to have cobwebs and to be, moldy and musty? Of course the decision is always up to you. But I can guarantee you that the more love and the more love you put into your body and the more you take care of it, it is going to benefit you in the long run. You'll have so much more potential, so much more energy, vibrance. You'll be able to think more. You'll be able to remove the brain fog you have within, right? So try to create a schedule if you're into schedules. If you're more spontaneous, then maybe have like have your phone set an alarm on your phone for random things to do throughout the day, right? So for example, if you know that around 6 o'clock p.m. You're free and you're really doing nothing but just binge watching your shows or whatever, set your alarm for 6 o'clock to go on a hike. That way, when you forget about it and you're going about your day, you're sitting down and watching something, that alarm goes off and that spontaneous thing kicks in when, okay, I have to get up, I have to go now, right? So set your alarm on different times throughout the day for whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's meditation or go running or hiking or going to the gym. If you're into the spontaneous, right? If you're more into scheduling things, then have a schedule on a wall and then see, at what time you do what. Okay, so the advice for you in May is balance spirituality and practicality, and the answers you need are coming. You got both cards that are full moon cards, which is a sort of completion, right? A coming together, right? So what you're being asked in May is to focus more on your body, right? On your flesh, on because it all starts, of course, with the spirit and moves outwards. But making these changes, what you put on or in your body, will also make a chain reaction to affect your soul, to make you feel more lighter. And then, meditating, doing yoga, doing these practices that sort of exercise and help your spirit will also in exchange make your body feel better, right? So it's always like a dance between the physical and the spiritual. And it always has to be balanced, because if you're more focused on the physical, then all you're doing is making the soul, the spirit you, the real you, tired and a lot more in resistance, and you'll want to sleep more, because when we sleep we step out of our bodies, because the soul self, the real self, is tired from everything that our conscious minds has been putting that soul into, right? So we feel like we need a break, and that's why we get tired in order to sleep, just to step out of our body and to actually refresh ourselves from the physical. But if you're actually doing what you need to do for your spirit body as well as your physical, right, to complement each other and to connect as one, then your body won't feel as tired or lazy. You won't have to sleep so much, and you'll have so much more time throughout the day. Wow. So your cards here, the Tower, right? This is about destroying the old you, destroying your old habits, your toxic habits, your everything you've been led to believe, the way you've been living your life till now needs to be destroyed in order to be rebuilt. Okay, imagine you have this great power and potential within yourself and you're not even using it because you've been clouding that gift with bad food, with chemicals on your body, with negative self-talk, with just generally negative mental ideas and thoughts. So this is about restructuring how you live your life. Okay, it's time for a change. It's time to shake things up. Okay, working hard on yourself. Okay, becoming someone that is powerful, right? That has your own power within, that knows who and what they are, right? This is where you're heading if you do the work, if you focus on the work, right? To destroy who you have been because it hasn't been working for you, okay? You need to get out of this cave, out of the hidden, and you have to come out in the sun, right? To shine your vibrance, your brilliance, okay? So group one, this has been amazing, and luck is on your side, right? You got the lucky charm, so luck is on your side. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel to always be updated for more. And I will see you guys next time. Hello to those who chose the feather. Let's see what you need to focus on in May 2023. Okay, so you got transparency, and psychic strength. Okay, so for those of you, and it's interesting, right? Because the feather here represents the spirit. And the transparency card deals with honesty, authenticity, being genuine, present, and in the moment. Okay, this is interesting because group one had similar topics, not the same cards, but similar topics. So in May, you guys need to work on being a lot more authentic and honest with yourself as well as with others, okay? No matter how vulnerable it makes you, no matter how much your ego or pride feels like it doesn't want to, this is going to benefit you in the long run because it's going to awaken parts of you that you weren't even aware you had. Okay, this is strong and it's amazing. Now, what it means about transparency and honesty, being authentic, this isn't just like speaking your truth and saying you like a band when before you said you didn't just to fit in. This is about acknowledging the fact that you have made mistakes, that you possibly have been abusive in some way, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, whatever it is. Acknowledging the fact that you may need help, whether it's therapists, whether it's anger management, whatever it is, okay? You have to acknowledge the darkness that's a part of you, and everyone has it, okay? Everyone. That doesn't mean that you are a terrible person. It just means that you may have lost your way, that you may need help, okay? There are some of you that possibly have uncontrollable type of anger or bursts of depression or mood swings, all of that is a result of something that has been rooted, and it's not the thing that made you angry the moment that, that burst happened or the depression hit. It's not that. Basically, you have to follow the line from that, right? So the thing that made you burst and react was just like the final straw, was just a trigger point. But follow the line backwards. Where does it stem from, right? Because I think that a lot of you have childhood trauma, or may have seen your parents argue or engage with each other in an unhealthy way, whether it was one parent or both parents. Whatever happened to you needs to be acknowledged, because if this is hidden, you will never get past that event or the ones that come in the future, because you'll just keep repeating the cycle of those bursts of anger or periods or phases of depression, and that isn't a healthy way to live, because it's a scary thought to think that you can't plan things ahead, not knowing how you're going to react or how you will feel, right? So these things need to get dealt with, no matter how prideful or how much your ego wants to be in the spotlight, or how much for others your ego keeps telling you that you're worthless, or for how much you don't want to face the demons because of the shame or guilt. You need to do it. Okay? You need to do this. You cannot keep bearing this inside yourself. This needs to come out. And it's going to feel awkward and uncomfortable, and I know how that feels. I have been through it as well. But you need to do this in order to save yourself, and you are worth saving. Okay, whatever greater force created all of this, has created and breathed life into you. It found worth in you. You're here for a purpose, and that purpose isn't just to pay taxes, work, listen to stupid conversations from your fake friends, or listen to someone telling you, whether it's other people or your ego, telling you that you're not worth it, or that you're stupid or a loser. That is not the case. Those are dark forces that try to prevent you from growing into your potential, because it is afraid of the power you have. Okay? So you need to know this, and your guides are there for you. Okay? This feather not only presents a spirit, but the guides and the forces that surround you and help you fight that fight, and they're ready to start fighting with you. Not like against you, but, for you. Okay, so you got the depth and secrets, toxic and deadly. Yeah, I still think this is people, this mental toxicity of telling yourself that you're not worth it. You keep drinking this poison, expecting things maybe to change, sometimes maybe having some hope, but then going back to this bottle, whether it's a metaphorical one or an actual physical, literal one. But you guys need to stop. Because the interesting thing about this psychic strength and shield card is the fact that most people aren't aware that when you actually, not only when you eat crappy food and, drink like coffee or, like soda and stuff like that, but especially when you're taking drugs, or like heavy drugs, right, that alter your consciousness and stuff, or when you're drinking alcohol, these things actually lower your spiritual shield, which makes it a lot more possible and easily for you to be controlled and manipulated by other forces, dark forces that surround us on a daily basis. This is why most bars and pubs tend to be the most active and in hauntings or dark energy, because those type of forces and entities know where they can easily get um, weak people. And I don't mean that you're weak, but I mean the moment that you become weak. Those are the best places, because they sense weakness, right? Just like bullies on a playground senses which kid is the weakest and won't throw a punch back. It's same with these entities. So when you're out drinking, right, getting drunk, it doesn't even have to be like a blind drunk, like that you don't remember anything the next day, but just drunk in general. You're basically lowering your protective shield. If you ever try to watch, like on YouTube, find videos of people being drunk, and the more you watch how these people are stumbling and acting, you start to feel like you're watching like a puppet on strings, right? Someone else like controlling their bodies while they're like unconscious or something. And it's a very unsettling and strange feeling. Okay, so watch out for that, okay? Try to respect yourself. I mean, it's okay if, once in a while you have like a beer or something, of course, if you're over age, to relax and, maybe you're eating a big roast or something, you're celebrating with friends. But don't let it get carried away, right? Know your limit and stick to your limit, no matter how people are teasing you about it or whatever. Stick to your limit, because you're worth more. This Depth and Secrets card tells me, with the transparency here, that there is more in the depths of you than you're letting on, right? Maybe you've built this persona over the years that you're happy with, but every once in a while things come up, and maybe you feel that guilt, shame, or that uncomfortable, awkward feeling that you don't want to face something. Everything will come up, and it's better that you control it now and work on it now, better than later when it is somehow forced by a big trigger or by someone that maybe reveals a secret or whatever it is, because then you're going to feel a lot worse, right? So while this is in your control, work on it. Face it, no matter how ugly and or disgusting or whatever it is. If you can't do it on your own, find someone you trust, a psychologist or a counselor, a friend, whoever it is, that you know has, not just that will make you feel okay, that you're, safe, but also that will have maybe a good advice on ways to heal, or maybe try reading a book about it. There are also meditations on YouTube for free for maybe childhood trauma or other topics that you're in need of, right? So let's see, your advice for May here is you're very close to achieving your goal and conclusions are within reach. So this is like definite, okay? Working on these things, being more authentic and honest with yourself and other people, will help you reach your goals and conclusions a lot more faster, right? Again, you have the first pile also had like two full moon cards, but this is the gibbous moon and the full moon eclipse, which is powerful. But you need to work on this. Stop drinking this poison, okay? Being authentic is not only healthy, but it makes you a better person, a better friend, right? Because then people will know who you are. People can count on you and depend on you better. I've had people, a lot of people in my life that I needed to let go of because they say one thing, but then I see them do another, which to me is fake, right? They're trying to build this persona, but you see that it's at times, their true self is being seen, but then later they mask themselves, and it's like, who are you in the end, right? So you need to train yourself. If you truly feel some way, then feel that, be that, but don't pretend or try to think you're this other person when you're not. And it's okay to be you. We get too carried away trying to be someone else because we like that persona, that style, that vibe of them. But, evolve and see how you can naturally be that for you so that you're still you. Just adapting to these new things, right? But don't just think you're already that, but then other people see that, wait a minute, yesterday you said you only, I don't know, wore cotton, but now you're wearing synthetic and, clothes, and what is this, so try to be the real you that you are. Okay, so this was reversed. Yeah, you guys got the sword, so this is a mental thing. There is something that is wounding you mentally. And then you got the Ten of Pentacles. Things can get dealt with, right? This was, the Ten of Swords was reversed. So, but I feel like it can also be read upright. I don't read reversals, but there are some times that I do, if my intuition tells me. But this time it feels like it can be read for both, because again, this is in your hands, right? The outcome of this is in your hands. So either you are going to keep battling yourself, battling what's inside of you, or you're going to end this, right? Say goodbye to a previous you or a fake version of you, no matter how heartbreaking or how much you try to build this persona, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it all comes together and you become whole. So in May, you need to practice more authenticity and honesty with yourself and with others, okay? And you have the feather, right? So you always have those around you, even if you lose friends because of this. And trust me, you will lose friends when you become authentic. But it's better to be alone for a while and eventually find your tribe who are also authentic people than to forever have friends that you aren't even aware whether they truly like you for you or this fake persona you built, right? I mean, what kind of waste of a life is that? Okay, so honesty and authenticity, guys. So that's all I have for you guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to be updated with more readings. And I'll see you guys next time. Hey, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose, I believe this is a walnut, because I think an almond would be a lot more pointy. So, let's see what you need to focus on in May. Time and tide. Take time out. Okay, so May is calling this group to take some time to yourself, not only to recharge, but to sort of find yourself, right? Because I think maybe you've been rushing around a lot, and it sort of feels like it's time to sort of kind of step back and just, breathe, take some time to yourself, and reconnect, with you. You guys got intuition and mysteries, messages and manifestations. Okay, this is weird with the intuition mysteries. Literally all three groups have this message of working on like spiritual sort of matters. So it feels here that by taking some time to yourself, time will sort of not slow down, but it feels like it'll quiet down a bit, which will help you manifest things better for those of you who are wanting to manifest, right? Because you can't just like wish it so much and like be desperate for it. You sort of need to relax and just like allow it to happen, right? So you need to take both cards have time in it, right? So time is basically something worth having, right? Always takes time. So you can't rush things. So May, the month of May, wants you guys to sort of regroup, right? Sort of realign with your inner self, which will help you to be more connected with your intuition. Because you can't just think externally of you. You need to go inside and reconnect with that inner self in order for your intuition, your third eye to open, right? So this can be through meditation, through yoga, through going on walks through nature, just like being in the present moment. Now, you could, because of this messages manifestations here, you could be getting messages by signs, right? If you maybe see a specific insect or animal that you don't typically see in a certain area, that could be a sign for you, okay? So go on walks or go meditate somewhere, maybe by a beach or a stream or a lake, a forest, wherever that's more natural and where you can actually have, some privacy to yourself. And just like try to be in that moment. Or even if you're sitting on a couch, just try to be in that present moment and just like look out the window or take a nap if you need to, right? Just to reconnect. Don't do things because you have to do them, but do them because it comes natural and you want to. Okay? Your advice is your hard work is paying off and surrender to the divine. Okay, so the work that you've been putting into, whether it's your actual job or something you've been working on personally, whatever it is, it's paying off. So now you don't need to focus too much on it in May. You can actually sit back and just like, enjoy what you have done and just relax, okay? Surrender to the divine. So, and it's interesting, you got the full moon here as well as here with the intuition mysteries. So surrender to something greater, right? Something divine within yourself or the universe or God, whatever you believe in. And listen to your body, okay? Not your feelings and how you feel, like emotions, but listen how your body reacts to things, right? If you hear a song that you like, how does that make you feel? Does it inspire you? Does it move you? Does it, make your imagination soar? So listen to what your body is telling you, what your heart is telling you, okay? And move naturally, okay? But in May, you don't have to do as much work anymore. Now it's all about connecting, okay, with yourself. Taking some time out and relaxing from all the work that you may have been doing. Oh, you got another intuition card. Yeah, it's time to work your magic. It's time to truly invest some time to yourself now. Okay, maybe you've been doing a lot for other people, maybe your employer, maybe family, friends, whatever, but now it's time to really focus on you. Yeah, keeping it to yourself. Maybe there's some, not secrets, but, just things about yourself that you guys maybe need to, hold to yourself. You can't give everything of yourself to other people, even your partner. There are things that you should just have for yourself, right? Maybe it's, just like a part of you that you want to share with you, right? Maybe some private time, like a bath or, a nap, or if you do some sort of divination, you don't always have to be around other people for these things. Sometimes you can just be with yourself and keep that, for you. So you got the Tower as well, which means something is collapsing. Okay, so for those of you who are struggling, something is collapsing, but there could be benefits from this, okay? It doesn't seem like it now, but in the long run, this could be some sort of a blessing. Okay, so don't give everything of yourself to other people. Keep something personal for you only that you share with yourself, a quiet moment, a beautiful place, um, you know. And also, of course, if you're with a partner, you want to have some mystery about yourself. You don't always need to lay all your cards out on the table and then just, this is me, whatever, and that's that. You want to be like this walnut, I believe, right? There's always a surprise inside. Of course, it's a walnut, right? But there is a shell that's keeping this, this secret inside. And it's not a type of secret that can damage someone, right? But it's something that, is a private moment, a little treat just for you, right? So work on yourself, take time for yourself, right? May shouldn't be, about rushing or getting so much done. It should be more about just, taking some time off and just being with yourself a little more. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to be updated on future readings, and I will see you guys next time.